Hey everybody. So, happy new month. Absolutely. I just hope that everyone has the best start to a month. I felt inspired to share just the excitement that I have for new beginnings and new months. Some of you may know my career has been project management for a little bit over a year now, 2 years, I guess, coming up. And, everything that I've learned within project management has completely revolutionized and blown me away of what I can do to apply how I manage successful projects to how I manage my life, which has been such a fun journey. And I gotta tell you, I literally feel like I was talking last night. I feel like I have 16 New Year's resolutions, 16 New Year experiences. And it's like, okay, well, how do you have 16 New Year type experiences? Meaning, I set resolutions, I set goals, I set whatever those are. I've counted them up. I get 16 a year, where in the past I've only done one a year. And time to reflect on those times, and what I mean by that is 16, and actually I could even add up more in those, which I'll jump into later, but true sit down experiences, I do one a month, and then I do one every quarter, so 12 and then 4. And yes, I love them so much. On the months where the quarter is ending, or a month is ending and a quarter is beginning and a quarter is ending, I do quarterly reviews of my life and I do monthly reviews of my life, and they light me up so much. It lights up the part of me that I get to show where my life is going. I get to direct my life. I get to actually know from internal experience that I am going in the direction that I want to go. And for some people, for my past, that has been very difficult. And I'm so grateful that I came across project management and what all that entails, because this is literally the answer to everything that I was. It's how do I identify what I want in life? How do I know where I'm going? How do I know I'm going to get where I'm going? How do I even know where I want to go? And so instituting or implementing these monthly check-in processes, which I also do weekly check-in processes and bi-weekly check-in processes. Sometimes I skip. I have to, life happens and I have to skip on those, but I don't miss a month. I don't miss a monthly review. And so that's what this video is about, is taking you through my monthly review process. And what I'm hoping this will inspire somebody to do is to get going and to do this in September, and then do this with me, and let's do a quarterly process together. Do this with me. Come with me, and I want to get some friends to get pumped about Q4 with me, because the fact that it's already Q4 literally blows my mind. And people are like, what does Q4 mean? It's yeah, I know, I'm kind of weird. But anyway, I use all these corporate terms, but there's so many corporate business terms that apply to life, that do apply to life. And I just get lit up by it. So I want to walk you through this process and put out the invitation to whoever wants to go through this. Send me a little note, say you're doing this with me, and let's set a date together as a group, or whatever, whoever wants to join with me, whoever wants to play along, in setting up our intention for Q4. We'll get something going in the end of the month, and let's do this process, but for the quarter. We can sip some wine or some tea and whatever, have a good time. So without further ado, I'm going to walk you through these steps. So I started off with labeling it 5 steps plus a bonus step, which really, as I was working through, turned out to be 6 steps and a bonus step. But so anyway, start off with step 1. So first what I do is, I did this process yesterday. Yes, I know it is the 3rd. You're like, Jamie, the month's already started. I'm like, it's okay. Okay, we got 24 hours coming up. Okay, we got some time. We got time this month, which is amazing. I think it's just absolutely amazing that we have time to do this. Okay, I'm gonna sit down because get comfy here. Okay. So I'll start off with the tools that I use. Okay, so my personal tools that I use, I have a bullet journal, and I use digital calendar. Okay, so I'm back here cranking out my monthly stuff. But yeah, if you have any questions of the how to do it, feel free to reach out to me. That's a whole other happy to explain what I do, but I love writing out, like love writing out what I'm doing. So, so first what I did was I sat down yesterday and I was like, okay, let's do a brain dump. Because how am I going to know what I want to do with my September if I don't analyze how my October or my August went? It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay, so step one is to start with a brain dump. So when I sat down for this process, life has been crazy. I'm going through stuff. When are we not? Literally, like when am I not? I'm never gonna not be going through stuff. So I have to build in, like I had to build in this process where I had to start with a brain dump. My brain is like a catch-all for everything. It holds too much stuff. It thinks that it knows everything. It thinks that it has to solve all the problems at the one specific time, and it thinks that it have to remember all of it by itself, which is not true. So that's why I start off with a brain dump. And I will go back to that page and I'll kind of tell you what I got going on my brain dump. It was a mess, okay? So my brain dump, I did a brain dump on a Saturday. So I started off with what I was going to do that day, which was change my oil. And I was like, okay, I got to change my oil. I got to fold my laundry because I got visitors coming. I got a sister and brother-in-law coming. So I got to clean my stuff, okay? I got to like fold my laundry. My clothes are a disaster, okay? That's a different topic of conversation. Yeah. You know the hot mess express in a part of your room where you like dump your stuff and you're just like, no one can see this. Yeah, I gotta clean that up. I want to vacuum my car, detail, wash it. Yeah, right, that's not gonna happen. But I put it on my brain dump list because this is what my brain thought that it could figure out. I have to fix, I'm helping my mom fix some trailer stuff. She has a trailer. I'm helping her fix some stuff. I got like 3 things that I'm doing there. Boom, 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 like those out. And then I have prep for visitors. So then on that, I have like subtasks. I'm like, okay, I gotta like move some furniture around so they can like have stuff to put their stuff on. I gotta build a little furniture thing so they can set their stuff up. I don't have a coffee. My sister likes coffee. And I don't have a coffee pot anymore. I switched to a French press. So I put on there, update Chris about a French press. For coffee, I want to deep clean my bathroom. I want to get them a little thing. Anyway, boom, 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 like brainstorm, brain dump, every single thing, okay? I got a pack for where I'm going to stay if they stay here. Anyway, all that stuff, when they're gonna get picked up, who's picking them up, gotta coordinate that, blah, 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 okay? Brain dump, literally. Oh, I got my coolant levels, so this is on the second list, okay? Like, literally I give myself a break, and this is where I, like, let it all go. And it's just like, okay, brain, I got you, I'm gonna support you. You don't have to remember about cutting and washing the dog, okay? You don't have to carry that at the same time where you gotta worry about returning and exchanging the pants that you don't like, okay? They don't fit, okay? We got to get a medium. Some of that, we're a schmedium, so we just got to deal with that. And no, you don't have to worry about your coolant levels all at once. You just did the oil change. We don't know if the oil change people checked it. Anyway, all of that, okay? Get my drift. Like, also, order the kids presents. Order the kids birthday gifts. Yeah, I get that. Love the children. They're going to get their presents. But we don't have to, like, think of all that at once. So anyway, I'd start off with my brain dump. So much energy out of my brain, okay? So then once you kind of like this is where we can like kind of start the brain to like get things, to let things go. Then our second step is, honestly what I did was I start off with like a summary sentence, like a monthly summary sentence of August. So I have my little note says, August review, baby. I get all pumped, okay? So I just did like, it's like, okay, this is all my dump. Now I'm ready to like, this is like the current brain dump. It's like out of the way. Now I'm in the mode where it's like, all right, now I'm ready to analyze my past. What was a general summary of how August went? And really, I just gave myself a chance to kind of just do like what were my initial takeaways without looking in the past, like just off the top of my head. How do I think August went? And I was like, well, I learned a lot, and I have my own details, and I'm gonna keep those private and keep those personal because everyone. That's their sacred information, okay? We're all allowed to do that. But my point is, I named 2 things and just kind of summarize, and then I actually went into my calendar, okay? So step 2 is kind of like set up. It's like, what do we think? How do we think it went? How do I think August went? And I kind of got out some thoughts. And then third step is literally I called it golden butter, which is so weird. I don't know why I said that when I said that the other day, but it was, it's like the golden nugget. Like, it's like the creme de la creme, the zest to the orange, the frank to the sense, the the leaves to the fall. I don't even know what I'm saying, but anyway, it's like the secret sauce. That's what I'm looking for. It's like the secret sauce of all of this is like identifying your monthly wins. Okay, so I cannot emphasize this part enough, because this past month, and I'll tell you why, this past month I thought it was a doozy. I felt like August was a flippin' doozy for me, in terms of like constant personal growth, like learning, which yes, I get it. You're like, Jamie, you always do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I personally feel like I always do, but it was just like, I was like, there was just so much, and I felt like I was not really getting ahead on anything that actually mattered. Okay, well, when I went through my wins, which how I identify those and how I encourage you to do is like if you journal, which I did not do well in August in that regard, but or if you use a calendar. Like what I did was I went back and I looked through all of my events in August, and I was just like, all right, this week I went day by day, and what that helped me do was like recall, like memory recall of like, oh yeah, like what was good around that time, what happened around that time, which ideally I try to capture those in my weekly reviews, but sometimes I don't, let's be real. But I still was able to recall. The brain's a phenomenal organ, like it's able to recall. Like subconsciously we do store, I know we store the most important information for us. So when I go through the months, I'm able to, I wrote those down. And so like I was able to identify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20 wins. And I'm not talking about like piddly things. I'm talking like with these, I put wins where it's like substantial to me. These things were processes or learnings or insights or reflections that like actually felt like they were meaningful to me. And the fact that I was able to like go through all of those, like just kind of I can get all, like some of mine were like, they were impactful. Like I was able to make a sustainable living. I was able to, like, I've transitioned to freelance work, and it was like, wow, like I was able to, like, I'm doing well financially on a freelance thing. So I hit my goal there. I got back into a gym routine. On top of that, I'm going with my partner, which is like an amazing bonus. Like to be able to have partner time and my workout time, which a workout buddy. So that like is such a gift to me. I learned a lot about a vacation that I went on. I learned like something that I liked, something that I didn't like. I reconnected with an old friend, which was like, has filled me up so much, reconnecting with my friend. And it's just like my friend from college, like it's just so amazing. I met really amazing people from business owners who are in town. I learned to curl my hair, which I know a lot of you like know me when I had short hair, and I just haven't touched it. I actually really like the low maintenance of not doing that. So, but this month, at the beginning of the month, it's so hilarious. I tried, my August intention was to embrace my feminine more, which that's been a part of many of my months, past few months. But this month I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try. And I taught myself how to curl my hair. So I got a hair curler, got a curling iron. And also on top of that, I don't like using like chemicals. So I learned how to do it yourself hairspray and heat protectant spray, which is hilarious. But I got tea tree and lemongrass and sweet almond oil and unrefined coconut oil, which that's apparently a different thing, and aloe vera all mixed up in a little spray thing. It's like, then I'm like, woo, and I spray dry and I blow. Anyway, I like actually made progress in that. I made progress in getting to see my family more. I made progress in, I got a therapy recommendation for someone I actually sought like advice on something that I'm really struggling with. And so it's like, okay, a doctor gave me therapy, like, or advice on who to seek out for that support in an area that I'm wanting to go into. So anyway, I just like had a whole bunch of wins, and yes, I've tied these two goals, and like we could say like setting goals process from like what I'm doing. But either way or not, like literally it's just the start of, these were important. They're either tied to a goal or they were important to my life experience. And I gave them a line on here, and I was like, yeah, no, these are legit. After I did that, it blew my mind that I just went through my calendar and I would like recall certain events that would happen. I'm like, no, like actually that is like really important to me. And like it's helping me train my brain to be like, oh, this is how I define what I want. This is how I get to learn what is important to me, where I want to go with my life. Because sometimes people are like, what do you want from life? And it's like such that question overwhelmed me so much. Like that question literally overwhelmed the living daylights out of me, and like this process helps me alleviate that. So anyway, go through the wins, and I recommend doing, like, I just relished in that for a bit. I was just like, I was on such like a vibe from feeling good from my August wins, and yeah, I was able to feel like, yeah, there's so many good things. So anyway, so that is step 3. Okay, so yeah, and then after that's done, after you relish in it a little bit and you like celebrate yourself, which is like, when was the last time you were celebrated other than your birthday? That's a good question. Okay, we move on to step 4, okay, which I call them monthly lessons and lows. Which, let me tell you, as soon as you're on riding the highs of the wins, you're like, the lows weren't that bad. Even though I literally felt the whole month, I was like, this month sucked. Like, it dragged. Like, I was like, ugh. But then I was just like, oh, wow. Like, and all of a sudden, I listed my lows. I listed what were the deeper, heavier processes. But, like, I was just like, oh, well, that's just another line item. Okay, it's like, okay, then I'm just going to keep working on that part. Which, like, the therapy piece was going to help me, like, keep working through. But, like, it didn't energetically take up all the space, even if it was a lesson and a low, is what I'm saying. So the balance of that. So anyway, very, very helpful. So I have some lows that I'm going to address, and I'm going to set goals, which is step, I don't even know, 4. No, step 5. This is what my steps. This is step 5. So after I've done my lessons and lows from the month, do whatever you need to do. Our brains are really good at memorizing the problems in our life. So it's kind of funny. Isn't it funny we have to put more energy into like remembering the positive things? Which is basically what this process is. Honestly, if I like label it out, it's like literally giving like space to like presence of like positive. But anyway, okay, after your lessons and lows, then it's like, okay, then I identified in step 5. Okay, let's call it 5. What are my shifts that I'm going to try from those lows? So from those lows and lessons, I made shifts. So like this next shift of this coming little bit, I'm going to shift when I work. I'm going to shift my work schedule around so that I can accommodate for some of my either lows or some of my, not even lows for me. It's not, my shifts aren't really, but it's like, okay, what shifts am I going to try? Actually, they are. I'm going to really try to reduce sugar because I've been experiencing some personal like symptoms that I would like to really alleviate, and I have a feeling dehydration and sugar are attached to them. So that's like a shift that I'm going to do. And so anyway, so yeah, so you document your shifts. Then after you document your shifts, I sure hope someone's watching through this with me. It's 18 minutes now, so I sure hope someone's going to do this with me and just tell me all about the wins and how great you felt after you identified your wins, and then like how great you felt and positive and empowered you felt after you identified your lows, and then what shifts you're going to do to address them, because it is empowering, let me tell you. So then from the lessons and the lows and the shifts, that kind of helps set the next month's intention, which is what I then go on to do, which is setting up my next month's focuses. So I literally have like up at the top of my paper, I have like September written down, which this is the bullet journal. Okay. So like September written down, and then my focuses on the month. So I have my monthly view and then my focuses, and I have my focuses, which are, all of the good juices stuff that come after like my wins, what worked well, and what do I want to do more of. And I feel in myself that I've already like established the workout pattern into my routine, but maybe that's a part of what you need to keep doing, like reinforcing that new habit. And I'm like, okay, like for me, I was able to like remove that from this list, and I was able to like incorporate another one and just like build in meaning into my life. So my question about the focuses is, how can you make September amazing? What do you want to focus on for you in each of your individual life? And you know all of the areas of life. You know where you need to focus. You know where you need some love. So just give it a little bit of love. Give it a little bit of time in your day. Give it a little bit of time. Give it a monthly focus, so that way you're able to hold yourself accountable when we do our quarterly review together. Okay. So then after that, what I wanted to do, then after that, really after I feel good with September in the logical place, I kind of go into a fun thing here. Okay, follow me. Tell me if this resonates. I look at the month type. So this is step 7 at this point. I look at the month type review, where I get to like tap into, like, I get to think of, so it's like, okay, my mind and my life and all the things that I want to do, I get that. But then I add on additional layer and I get to say, okay, what kind of month am I going into? Which, you guys, September is the beginning of sweater weather. Sweater weather. Okay, it's an SNL joke. Hopefully you get that joke. But it's literally, we're coming into fall, which I personally love fall. I guess I'm that person, but I just am. I love fall because, like, and then I tune into like the nature side of things, like the cyclical, okay? If I think you're kind of getting the system, we're kind of getting the gist that we get to like analyze in cycles. Naturally, nature is going inward. It's starting to prep for winter. It's starting to go within. It's like, okay, starting to prep, and like, how do I handle this cold season coming? What do I need to do? How do I need to go inward? What do I need to strengthen? What do I need to let go of? Fall. You know that saying, what's that saying? Fall teaches us of how beautiful it is to let things go. All that stuff, like, naturally. It's like all these things happen year over year. Fall happens year over year, but it's like, how can I optimize this fall experience from last fall experience? And like, so anyway, that's what this like project management has helped like learn to analyze the cycles of life, which bonus. Well, this isn't really a bonus. Is it really a bonus? No, it's not really a bonus. Maybe it is a bonus note, special note. We're going to call it a special note for women. Look at your period, look at your cycle. That all, and incorporate. So look at your cycle. I'd really want to encourage you to start looking at your cycle and where that incorporates into your life. My workout week, when I'm on cycle, like literally I've been learning. It's like, if I'm setting the expectations with my partner, I'm like, look, like, I'm not going ham. I can't be lifting all this weight. My body already is lifting weight in its own right. So I'm cyclically programming my life within, like, innately, like, let the wisdom that, like, your body knows what it needs. So if you need a break or whatever, but like movement is good, but just like analyze it. And that's what my heart is for this whole thing, is like, let's analyze how it's incorporated into our life. Which, don't even get me started on how our world is like literally set up for women to like ignore the fact that we have like the most intense system happening internally, but like we have to operate naturally, like, or we have to operate literally like a man, or like it doesn't exist. Anyway, this isn't me getting sexist. I'm not getting racist. I'm not saying like, man, like whatever, like feminism, that any of that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, as a woman, I have had to be responsible for my own life in showing up, because energetically and in like innately I could not give. Like, it's so funny, like I work in marketing now, and where we do monthly reporting. Okay, my old job, I was expected to be the most analytical at the beginning of the month because we had to do monthly reporting. Well, oddly enough, that's when my cycle happens, which is just hilarious to me. Like, I would just I started laughing about that because I'm like, there's not a logical bone in my body. I don't even know what logic is. Everything happening inside of me is illogical. Everything happening inside of me, I can't function. Like, I don't know how you can expect me to be so analytical and logical. And I just had to be like, I just managed the process, and I really had to like let go of some things. Let go of like trying to analyze all the data, because I'm like, that's a joke right now. Sorry, I'm not saying your business is a joke. I'm saying my ability to logically function in that way, like I might be able to when I'm not as in my cycle. Anyway, I just had to adjust. I had to adjust for that in my life because I was exhausted when I fought myself trying to be in a place that I wasn't. So anyway, that was the special note. Okay, so women, be aware of your natural cycle and incorporate that in innate wisdom and your uniqueness into your life, because it also deserves a space. Okay. And yeah, so with that, this is just the start of it. Okay, I've been going on for 25 minutes now. But yeah, the heart of this all is the reason I'm doing this, and the reason that I want to get some friends to do this with me, is because at the root of it, the important part of this is our attention, which everyone says that, but if you think about it, like literally attention is your superpower. Your attention and where it goes, it is our superpower. It's my superpower. It's how I'm able to say, what do I want? Well, if you never give your life a little bit of attention, you're never going to know what you want. And this process is one example. Okay, there's so many time management process systems and awareness. There's so many tools. This is just one that I use. This is one that I've developed and I've created that has brought so much value to my life. To bring awareness to like the importance of my own attention and anyone else's attention. It's like what we do with it, I implore, like my heart implores and like not begs. I'm not gonna beg, but I just like really want to encourage the people around me to like be mindful of where our time is going, be mindful of all that. And I do, and again, this is all of my background in project management. The amount of mistakes, the amount of think through, and it's not about perfect. It's about being conscious. It's not about being perfect. It's about being conscious in the choices that we make, and then we're able to navigate that. And I think that a lot of people, like, we say that we expect to know how to do this, but like, I don't know how to carry all of that. Like, I have to write it out. I have to like give myself a chance to process it, give myself the attention to be able to like feel into what navigates. And then yeah, I'm sure you see a pattern after every single month. I have months of doing this process. So I'm able to go all the way back to this beginning of this year. This is this year's book. So I'll have 3 quarters at the end of this next month. I'm going to do a quarterly review. So anyway, I want to encourage you to be mindful with your attention. Do this process with me. Let me know if you're wanting to do this with me. Go through this process. I want to know about September, and I want to get some time on the schedule with October for us to go through October together and then do the quarterly, because then we'll get to do 3 months of this. So anyway, so I hope that this finds you well, and I'm very excited to hear about how this has whatever this sparks. And again, this is not a perfect system. This is not the only system. This is a system that works with me, and I've adapted it for me, and I encourage you to do the same. It doesn't matter what you do. All I want you to do, and all I hope to do, is to create a community that consciously handles our attention with love and care and kindness. And yeah, to me, that is the path to self-love. That is the path to loving others well, which is on my heart here. So, okay, hope you have a great rest of your September 3rd. And can't wait to hear from you. And let's talk weekly review. Let's talk monthly review. Let's talk quarterly review. Can't wait to prep for 2024. This is wild. So, September. All right. September review. Hope y'all are well. Bye.